A data center can be finished, servers racked, cooling installed, doors locked, and still sit dark for years. The building takes about 18 months. The connection to the grid can take 4 to 7. Everything inside it is ready. The wire is not. That gap is the whole film. Electricity is not something you buy. It is something you queue for. You can order accelerators and take delivery in months. You can pour concrete in a year and a half. But a grid connection is granted in a line, in the order people joined it, and money cannot move you up a line. The constraint on artificial intelligence stopped being silicon. It became the wire. This is under the hood, one machine taken apart. Today, why the electricity and not the chips is now the thing deciding how fast any of this gets built. Start with what changed inside the building. A traditional server rack draws about 5 to 10 kilowatts. An AI rack running modern accelerators draws 40 to 100. The densest configurations shipping today pull 120 to 140 kilowatts in a single rack. Same floor space, 5 to 10 times the power. So the building stopped being the hard part. A shell goes up in about 18 months, and everything that fills it arrives on a truck. What does not arrive on a truck is the substation, the transmission line, and the generation standing behind them. In the markets everybody wants, Northern Virginia, Phoenix, Dallas, a large new connection is being quoted at 4 to 7 years. And the queue is not a figure of speech. Across the United States, interconnection queues hold more than 2,000 gigawatts of proposed generation and storage, more than everything actually running on the system today. In Texas alone, the large load queue runs to nearly 500 gigawatts, and data centers are about 90% of it. Most of what sits in a queue is never built. All of it waits. Put a date on it. A campus joining the Northern Virginia queue this year is not realistically drawing utility power until somewhere between 2030 and 2033. That is the answer, however fast the building goes up and however much capital the operator is willing to commit. The queue does not read balance sheets. Now, the demand side, because the two are moving in opposite directions. The International Energy Agency expects data center electricity to roughly double between now and 2030, to around 950 terawatt-hours a year, about 3% of the world's electricity. In the United States, data centers account for close to half of all growth in electricity demand between now and then. Demand is compounding. Supply is queuing. Here's the part that surprises people with money. Almost everything in this business can be bought quickly. Accelerators, servers, cooling, land, steel, engineers. What cannot be bought quickly is a transformer, a turbine, a transmission line, or a place nearer the front of a line you joined late. Those are measured in years, and between them, they decide the year the machine switches on. So watch what the operators do, rather than what they announce. They stop chasing the best site and go where the power already is. Old industrial land, retired plants, places with spare interconnection. They bring their own generation and sit behind the meter. They contract for the output of plants that already exist rather than waiting for new ones. Every one of those moves is an admission that the grid, not the chip, is the binding constraint. And here is what this is not. It is not a prediction that artificial intelligence runs out of road. The demand is real, and power does get built. It is not a national shortage either. Electricity is local, and a queue is a place, not a country. What it is a change in which resource sets the pace. For a decade, the answer was chips. For the next few years, in the places this actually gets built, the answer is the wire and the weight. One machine, one idea. When you next read that somebody has secured 100,000 accelerators, Ask the second question. Where is the electricity coming from, and what year does it arrive? The chips are the announcement. The interconnection queue is the schedule. This has been Under the Hood. Education, not advice. And I will see you next time.